A student journalist from New Zealand says covering the Fiji election is quite a challenge. Alistair Carter is one of two students from the Auckland University of Technology who will be in Fiji, while another one will be based at the university's Pacific Media Centre in Auckland as coordinating editor. She says working as a reporter in Fiji is great, but it can be very different from what she's used to.
At a time like this in Fiji, I knew I would get thrown in the thick of it, so I really wanted to test myself and kind of prove to myself, I think, that I was capable. And I think at times New Zealand media sometimes gets the wrong idea about what is happening on the ground in Fiji. So I think I wanted to help bring that balance. And of course, I mean, it's such a historic time for Fiji, first elections in 8 years. So why wouldn't anyone want to be part of that, I think?
How have you found the experience so far?
Oh, the experience has been it's just been so great. The people here are really lovely and so welcoming. I think the culture here is just very, everybody is just very hospitable. I think also the kind of impression of the elections is that a lot of people, there's not that fear that I think there used to be a few years ago. I think people are more willing to be confident about asking questions and asking and finding that information about policies and finding out as much as they can about the parties so that they are informed about who to vote for. And I think the difference as well is that the youth even here are more engaged. They're more likely to talk about it, which creates, I think, a very healthy dialogue to talk about elections. And I think they're more confident to use their votes for the way that they want to see their country in the future.
Now, you're a journalism student at Auckland University of Technology. You work with David Roby's journalism department there. You work for Pacific Scoop, which is their magazine there. How different is the media environment working as a journalist in Fiji from working in New Zealand?
Yeah, I mean, I think the major difference is that it's very laid back here. It's a very kind of sort of island culture. Everyone knows everyone, and it's sort of a local kind of attitude. And there's definitely a lot of camaraderie between the journalists. You know, if you need anything, you can just kind of tap your buddy on the shoulder and ask for it, I think. It's that kind of attitude, and so I think that's the major difference.
What are attitudes like from local people in Fiji to you? You're a New Zealander, you're a younger person, you're a woman. Sometimes that can lead to some of the older people sort of looking askance and going, oh, who are you asking me all these questions? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I think I thought about before I came here that people may be tend to be a bit closed off to the media. But I think so far people have been more than happy to speak to me. I think it's also as a student journalist, definitely. But just as a journalist in general, you really have to know how to talk to people and gauge their kind of reaction to you and know where to step and know when to take it further and when to kind of step back. So it's just about gauging that opportunity and knowing where to go, kind of thing.
You said that you wanted to bring a bit of balance into the reporting, and you say that sometimes the New Zealand media get it a bit wrong about Fiji. Tell us about that. What do you mean by balance?
One of my major goals in coming here was bringing a genuine representation of what is happening. I'm not necessarily saying that what the New Zealand media is saying is wrong. It's just that there needs to be, I think, in my opinion, more balanced reporting. So I think it's the perfect opportunity, me being here in Fiji on the ground, to just bring authentic representation, I think.
What kind of stories are you able to do while you're over there?
So at the moment, we've just been covering pre-polling, so the pre-polling booths and a few issues around that. Today we'll be able to go out to the Queen Elizabeth Army Barracks. They're doing their pre-polling today as well. So it's really just a lead-up to the elections, but also I'm looking forward to the results that come out in the aftermath. So that's really all that we've been doing so far.
Alistair Carter, a New Zealand journalism student currently covering the Fiji election.